face it.
Once again, it's on.
That's right.
No Disrespect Podcast. And we had taken a break from the Gansevoort. We had to take it uptown. Why? Because we have a very, very special episode for us this week. Before we get into that, let me just introduce myself as Pookim the Dream, and I'm always with
Miss Sunny D. Hello.
And I'm Cool Ass Trav, and this is episode 26. No Disrespected Podcast, and like Cool just said, we have a very special guest. Our biggest guest thus far.
Yes.
And I feel like you need to introduce her.
Oh.
Absolutely.
You have to introduce it.
Okay.
You know, yeah, you have to do it.
I do the honors.
Yeah, you do.
We have no other than Miss Cherry Martinez. Yes, the voice of radio.
Yes,
Hey,
Welcome.
thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are fun.
Thank
You ain't had none yet.
We just started.
Yeah.
We just started.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
my
we want to
goodness.
thank you for coming because
Yes,
you know this is definitely from the ground up, and a lot of people don't really. You ain't nobody yet. I can't be on you, But
Yeah.
so I want to thank you.
Absolutely. Anything for Sunny.
Oh, thank you.
This is so nice.
I'm blushing
Before we
like,
get into this, let me reiterate that this is no disrespect. Meaning we mean no disrespect to anybody. You, your loved ones, your hated ones. Us, our loved ones, our hated ones, we mean no disrespect. We just love y'all. We want y'all to hear us, appreciate us, hate us, love us. Just us, period. And with that being said, let's get into the shits.
Let's
Yes.
get to
Now
it.
we with Miss Cherry Martinez. And I ain't gonna front, I'm a little starstruck.
Yeah.
And I might blush a couple times.
Now I'm be honest with you too, cause I heard you on the radio. Like the people on the radio seem mysterious to me, especially if you don't, at
Have a
first,
face.
yeah, you don't have a face, and I was like, who is that? When you get to know a person, like because I wanted to do radio for years, and Ed Lover was like my biggest. Like I gotta be like that,
Right.
And so just to see you here is dope. So again, I appreciate it.
I'll tell
Thank
you,
you.
I got moments with Cherry, you know what I'm saying? Because, also C73, two-time body shop. So 18, listening to Cherry,
Lockdown love.
Lockdown Love, getting a shout out to my Pookie, he locked down. You called come home soon, she know it wasn't, but she thought it was. And then you played Love by Keisha Cole. Then she broke up with me.
While you were behind the walls?
No, this is crazy. She broke up with me when I came home.
She did the bid. How long was the bid?
It was short. It was like about 8 months. But I came home. She said, "I can't do this. You go to jail. You be in jail." I said, "Well, I'm not in jail right now. What are you talking about?" And I was on lockdown love. I'm telling Cherry. You a liar.
She didn't want you to
You
lose
so
You a liar. You told Cherry all this shit. You lied. You told Cherry she
What
lied
did she
to
say
you.
though?
Wow.
What did she say on the?
She said, "Our lows forever."
Ah.
And guess what? That forever must have been 8 months nowadays. I don't know. This is 2017. But I'm over it.
Now you gotta sing Keisha Cole, I Changed My Mind instead of Love.
No.
No.
Listen to Keisha Cole at all.
No, you
Oh,
got
damn, okay.
Jay-Z.
It's hard to do a
444.
bid.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
I mean,
Trav, please
I've
don't
been
do
doing
a
a bid like, it's been what since 2011, maybe 2007. Woo!
You know what about you right. I ain't gonna front.
Cause
When people do bid, they gotta understand they don't just do the bid for them. You may be doing your time inside, but outside is like where sometimes you stress people out. Like, yo, so can you send me this? Can you send me that? Can you,
It's a bill.
people tend to want stuff. Some people are used to going to jail, so it'd be like, all right, I got this. I'm gonna do this.
I know how to survive.
Yo, send me this when you can. Send me that. But some people be in there like, yo, you didn't come see me.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you forget.
some people, yeah.
Life goes on. The world is moving.
And I think it's even harder. I mean, yeah, you're in jail, right? You're sleeping on the hard bench.
It is
You know
hard.
what I mean, or whatever. The food sucks.
Yeah.
Terrible.
The trays are wet.
Yeah.
The bread is thin.
Yeah.
You're with a bunch of men. You know what I'm saying? But you're forced to be loyal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're on the outside and you're being loyal,
Yeah.
that deserves
5 more stars. on top of the
yeah,
5
for
stars.
sure.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
Because
right.
you know what I'm saying?
I never held anybody against whatever they had to do because they had to do with life. I was in life stops for you when you're in jail. You just dealing with the same shit. Like your world is this big. compared to.
Right.
So I never held anything against anybody. You know, if you wanted to move on, just because it's life.
Yeah.
You can't stop nobody from living their life for being in jail. But the ones that actually stop their life for yours, you gotta keep them, man.
When you say stop, like what do you mean stop?
I mean, because I can
because I
imagine.
feel like
Because
it's
time-
I don't
because
think it's
time-
stop. I think it's an add-on.
No, it's not.
I
It's just
look
a
at it
stop
like as
because
an add-on
there's
because
a lot of things you gotta stop. You can't do because you're doing.
are we talking? Wait, no. Are we
Let
talking about
her
when you're in a
explain.
relationship?
Let her explain.
Or are we
Because
just talking about?
no, let Cherry
Wait, no.
explain.
Well, so I actually want to know what you mean by an add-on.
Yeah.
Okay. You have your responsibilities, right? You have your
Yes,
you have
it
your
is an add-on.
You have your everyday bills. You have your life. You make like while we out here, we free. We partying Saturday. We doing whatever we want to do. A person go to jail, a family member, whatever friend. That's an add-on if you're holding that person down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're gonna put rent, every corner, jail.
Right.
Yes.
Send out packages, boom, boom, boom. Send out this, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an add-on
It
to a
is.
responsibility. And then something when that person come home, you be like, whoo, I ain't got to worry about this bill no more because some people do send packages. Or my brother's locked up, and every month he would ask me for magazines. I'm going every month, and I have a problem doing it. I just added it on. Okay, you want magazines every month? How much a magazine cost? $20. Boom. Add that on. Go to the store. Ship it. Boom. That bill is over. You know, it's an add-on to me.
But
See,
it's
but-
also
but-
added on stress.
okay.
It's not just add on financially, but it's.
Oh, if it's stressful, I'm not doing it. I'm
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not doing it. If it's stressful, I'm not doing
It's
it.
gonna be stressful regardless because
Yeah.
depending on who the person is, you are connected to them, right? So now you stressing over their well-being, you stressing over being able to afford the add-on. Not everybody could afford.
And you're
the add-on.
stressed for like, let's just bring up like holidays. Like
Yeah.
everybody's like walking off into the sunset, holding hands, looking at the mistletoe, kissing,
Yeah.
drinking
And that's,
eggnog.
you're right, and that's also an add-on too. Because if that person has kids, I got nieces and nephews, uncle. Christmas time,
See-
if I'm able to do it,
I look.
hold that.
It's,
I look-
it's your companionship level though.
I look. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm looking at it
That's
from a
crazy.
female perspective. Because guess what? If I had a girl and went to jail, and
Right.
she had to do God knows how many years.
You're not gonna. I'm gonna be honest with you. The
I'm
statistics
not
on
gonna
men
say
holding
it.
women down are
Slim to none.
right.
Yeah.
Slim to
They
none.
are not doing
So
it.
Shout out to
maybe-
Pat- shout out to Pat Booth.
Shout out to
Pat.
Pat.
Shout out to
And you
Pat.
know, he's like one of the million.
And mind you,
Yeah.
there's a lot of chicks that was still doing time from the late 80s, early 90s because of a dude
But then- but
who
you
the
got-
dude's probably in the church now ain't even
But
dealing
then you
with.
gotta
Yeah.
deal with, because I was in there. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I heard I listen to dudes that's not even appreciative of the women that's holding them down. Like I heard some dude say, well, you know, excuse my language, because there's ladies at the table. He was like, this bitch talk about she ain't gonna come up here. Oh, she ain't gonna hold it down for me. He said when there's nuns holding it down for God, they gonna see that nigga till you dead.
Wow.
Just saying.
You said
Just
there's
saying.
nuns holding it down for God, and you're not gonna see him until he's dead.
Until they dead.
But
That
they may
means
not
he's
even see
comparing
him.
himself at the level of God.
He's
though.
like, listen, if a nun can do it, you can do it.
And that's why she
And
not
I'm
holding
like
him
this,
down no
and
more.
I ain't had nobody. I'm like, this nigga is crazy, because this girl come up there all the time, and I get a letter A1 as well. You know what I'm saying?
What bit to me? But with you gotta ask what bit is this?
My bid?
No,
My
no,
bid.
your last joint.
Yeah.
Your 5 year joint.
5 and some change.
Okay. Now with you, how long you been?
I've been riding for the whole
2011.
since 2011, and I will say that I think I've mastered the bid doing. Well, I don't know if I've mastered it, but for me, I've observed. There's a girl that faithful every month, you know,
Yeah.
every week.
go visit too?
up. No, I don't. I
Oh.
don't go visit all the time. I do it when I feel.
No.
that
I'm just saying you go
But
visit.
she's-
Yeah, I visit,
Okay.
and we do the conjugal visits because I'm married.
Okay.
Oh, she's left.
That's
Okay?
cool.
Right.
Right.
So I feel that, okay, so, you know, we were doing the bid at the same time.
Right.
And she got burnt out.
Oh.
She was doing too much.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you trying to prove? You trying to get the wife award?
No, it's not even a wife war. It's a ride or die walk. They're not even really wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I think she was wife, but she and she had kids and all that stuff. But every other week you're there, you know, you're sending the packages every month. You're putting the extra $30 every week on the phone. Like you're just doing it too much. And now she left him and she's with someone else.
Ooh.
So you burnt yourself out. This is a marathon.
Yeah.
It's not a sprint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you do what you can when you can. When you feel overwhelmed, you take a time out. Not necessarily go time out and have sex with someone else, but you like wait.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I have a mental.
I want to. Yeah, like
You also
I
gotta
need
think
to.
about the partner though, because the partner can be putting a lot of pressure on him too. Because I'm pretty sure you and your partner.
No,
y'all
but
have
her
an agreement.
partner. No, her partner doesn't put pressure. Mine's does.
Your partner put pressure on you.
Yeah,
how
because-
do you handle it?
He puts pressure because that's just his nature. He's an Aries. He goes hard. He's in the horns. He's like,
I know.
This
the
one,
stories.
this.
I'm a Taurus.
Can
so
you
I know
talk
the
about
stories.
his case and all that? Like, what did he?
Yeah,
what did he
he's
go in for?
actually in for murder.
Okay. And how
But-
long does he have?
He has 3 more years.
That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
However, he's in there for a crime he did not do. He did not do this crime.
Okay.
And that's
So
it,
and we've been fighting this whole thing, and I just kind of like gave up on the whole fighting thing because that's stressful too. Because it's like it's
Yeah.
looking like you're just gonna have to just do this time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Based on the loopholes that were created because this was happened in a club, and I personally believe that certain people had something to do with it, and it would make them look bad,
Right.
so they had to pin it on someone.
That's terrible.
It's
I
like
know-
a
I
Diddy
know
and
people-
Shine type situation.
Just bad
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which
It's
I can't really get into it. Maybe after he's out, then I can really talk about the details.
you
But
could come back when he's out.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be somewhere, in 3 years.
We somewhere now.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying somewhere bigger where he could come back on and be like, oh yeah, y'all, we can
Yeah,
talk about
right.
it.
Yeah, well, shout out to him, man. Hold your
Yeah.
head, man, while you in
Hold
there.
your
You know,
head.
so
The
you
the
have a
good
great
thing is
woman
that I
on
don't
there.
fold to the pressure. You know what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
I go at my pace, and you're lucky that I'm going at my pace because
Right.
there are people that are going at and then they're not there anymore.
And that's what it does. And you can see that, like, I see that on Instagram and Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
I be putting subs up for what I see. Because I see a lot of women, young women, because there's an age group that's really focused on that ride or die
Mentality.
Yeah. And
That's good.
every 6 months it's a different man
You said that's
in
dope.
your child's life. Like
can be.
I had said it before at the beginning of summer. I'm like, okay, summer just started. How many boyfriends are your kids going to meet? Now that summer's in there, I'm be like, how many boyfriends have your kids met? Because it happens so much where women, young women, they want to hold it down. They want to prove to the next bum chick that they held it down more than this chick did. For what?
Yeah,
Like,
when it comes to prison, though, holding it down is a whole nother animal. I'm like, we all have different experiences in prison,
Yeah.
right? I'm a prison baby, right? My dad is serving 2 life sentences right now. And I got a brother who's got 40 years, another brother who's waiting to be sentenced. Like, this is like been my life forever, right? I grew up thinking it was normal until I met other people who had fathers that wasn't incarcerated. So I think the different level of like understanding, like, you is your brother, you is you, it's your husband. You understand? My father, it's deep when you commit it and you like in it that hard. It's not the same as like being like a side chick. It's kind of like, I'm gonna hold him down, and then you skip around and you date another person. When you there and you probably feel like you're obligated to be the ride or die, it's the difference between trying to do it, because now you have to. There's no, I can't abort mission. I can't be like, oh, deuces, you doing 5 years, I'm out of here. You're all like, after 8 months, I'm gone. You know?
No,
I'm just saying, she left you after 8 months, right? I'm just saying, like, it's a different, when your title is different and that like, if it's you, it's your brother, my dad. Yeah, you understand?
My
Like,
husband.
you know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, oh, that's part of the stress. That's part of the add-on. You can't leave them hanging. You kind of got to do as much as you can, but I think it's important what you said, is to stop when you feel like it's too much. I had to tell my brother, look, you're doing too much. Like, and not even-
Maybe don't put money on the phone for a month.
Right.
Sorry.
And I had to do that. And he was like, yo, what happened to you? And I'm like, yo, I'm good. But you don't understand. Sometimes there's a lot, even sometimes to answer the call if it's the wrong time. You know, to like, you in the middle, my kids could be screaming, I could be at work. Like, he called me today and I'm at work. It's just, they don't know because it's a whole nother world.
Small world.
You understand? So sometimes on the outside, the hard part is just trying to get them to understand without hurting their feelings or making them feel like I care about you, but this is too much for me to bear because it's too much. Sometimes it can really be a lot. Though. It's a lot for me often. Sometimes I can't write. I can't answer the phone.
Before we move on, let me just say I got my view and I got another view. Mm-hmm. See, my mother, she was with a dude 15 years. He was in jail. Mm-hmm. He came home. Mm-hmm. He went back. I called my mother. What's going on, ma? She said, "Yeah, Terrence, I don't mess with him no more." I said, "What happened?" She said, "The man that I was in love with wasn't the man that came home."
That's another reality that you got to think about too. Like, so much time has passed by.
You're not the same person either.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just try to. Yeah.
Damn. I said, damn.
Yeah, that's a you really
that's a reality.
Yeah.
We change every day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's
moment to moment. We watch a movie, we're different.
Yeah.
You read the book.
Yeah.
You're different.
Yeah. Change me. For real. And that's real life though.
And really quickly, I just want to say that I do catch a lot of flack.
Really?
For what?
Why?
For holding it down?
Yeah.
That's
wow. You probably catch a lot of flack from bum chicks who don't know how to hold it down though.
So I don't know, but I just say, look, my thing is this. When you love someone and you know that that's the person, then you're gonna hold it down. And I'll ask him. I said, okay, since he's been gone, how many have you gotten married? How many men have you gone through?
Damn.
So
you still on one?
I'm still on one.
Right.
Bingo.
Right.
So
Loyalty.
How?
Right. Boom. Bam. All right. Now, right. That's big though. That's everything, right?
Everything.
Right. So now we got that out, right? The prison talk. Now tell us about Cherry, or how you became Cherry, how you decided to become this voice of radio.
No, but she's beyond radio.
Yeah, first, tell them where you're from.
Okay, I'm from Massachusetts, Boston. Park the car in Harvard Yard. Actually, I took voice and articulation, so it kind of like, some people is like, yo, I can't really hear the accent.
Yeah.
It comes out every now and then. I don't know. Do I have an accent?
No.
Okay.
You don't. You don't sound New York or Boston.
Yeah, but it's not a New York accent. But it's not. I don't know how to describe it. It's not an accent, but it's just not New York.
Sound
It's
regular.
not New York.
It
It's not
sounds
Boston.
regular, just a regular
Sound
person.
Puerto
Right?
Rican.
DC.
Like proper English.
DC. Wow.
That sound Puerto Rican to me.
Okay.
Nah, don't sound Puerto Rican. That sounds. There's a
Puerto
Spanish
Rican.
accent in Puerto Rican.
Nah, she sound like she's from the Bronx.
No, she don't. How the fuck though?
I'm hearing Cardi B. I don't know what you're talking about.
You listen to Cardi B?
Cardi B.
Shout out
from
to
the
Cardi
Bronx,
B,
but
she
everybody
be like,
nobody.
Now Cherry
no.
came up here like, my name Cherry, and I'm like,
No. That's just her thing.
A character.
Yeah. Everybody that's Spanish, no.
65%. Shout out to the Bronx.
So back to Boston.
Yes, Boston. I started out as a singer.
Oh well.
I wanted to sing. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't say I could sing.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to sing, but no, I was in a lot of groups. Like I kind of followed behind the New Edition with those talent shows.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I was on those stages. I was in groups. A lot of groups.
What's your
Biggest
first group?
First group was called
You're gonna be on Unsung
Destiny
too.
Delicious. It was called Delicious.
Delicious.
Sensual and delicious.
That sounds sexy.
Right? It was cute.
Second group was
and then
Destiny
Golden
Adults.
Girls, and novelty.
You said Golden Girls?
Yeah, Golden
Why
Girls.
would you name yourself after 4 old women?
I didn't. I came into the group. The third girl was like out, so they were like, we need a new singer. They had me sing, and they were like,
So you can hold a note.
Yes, I could. But I was always kind of nasally, you know what I mean? So I knew that I had something,
Right.
but I wasn't a lead singer. Mm-hmm. And thank God I didn't get the background singer syndrome where, I just beat myself up and I was like not trying. I just continued to try.
Wait, you said, sorry. You said nasally?
Nasally.
Like he sweat?
Like,
he'd be
yeah, at one point I was
But
good
he
at
made
nasally.
it big off the
He did.
You could have made it big.
I could have, but I didn't. Boston doesn't really have a lot of outlets.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So I just had to, just continue praying and wishing, and I said, you know what, maybe I should do radio, because there's not a lot of outlets. Stephen Hill, who runs BET, was spearheading that radio station at the time. He gave me my chance. I was in college. I went on college radio, and I was actually using my real name when I worked with Steven when I first got into radio.
So your government name was your radio
Well,
name?
I used Debbie Phoenix. Phoenix is my middle name.
Okay. That's dope.
Okay,
That's dope.
So so I was Debbie Phoenix with the jam scene.
Hey.
And it was
Hey.
yeah. So while I was, because it had to be an intern, so I was in
Okay.
school. So I didn't like the school that I got into. It was a community
Was
college.
you in DC at the time?
No,
Or
I was in
this-
Boston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I decided to then apply for Emerson College, which is like, whoa, the best college ever. When it comes to media, arts, acting, journalism. So I got on there. They have a huge radio station that like states, like
Wow.
a tri-state area in New England.
Okay.
And, I got my show, I became program director, and, Stephen was like, I'm happy for you, but you're not taking Debbie, because I was on both stations.
Oh, so you couldn't.
I couldn't. He was like, nope, because this is a commercial station, so you can't take that name over there. Sorry. So I was like,
Wow.
See,
so then I remembered reading, The Outsiders. Cherry Valance was like the chick. And then I was and what triggered it was because I was at like a 7-Eleven, and there was the Ben and Jerry's Cherry Garcia.
okay. That's a good.
That's
See?
very good.
That's the best flavor.
Cherry.
I was like, Cherry Garcia. I said, ooh, that sounds really cute, but I didn't like the Garcia. So my
it's named
stepdad's
after Jerry.
family is Martinez.
Ah.
So then I pull from there. So that's how that happened. And then, it just,
So you're not
so
Spanish.
then I am Spanish. 100% Honduran. My mother and my father were both born in Honduras. Okay. So what happened was, where am I?
You
couldn't take the name.
I couldn't take the
Yeah.
name. Okay, so that station ended up flipping after a year, after the commercial station.
After they made you change your name?
Yes.
That's
Stephen
crazy.
Hill went to BET. Okay, and that station flipped to Adele Contemporary. And the guy came in, the new program director, and fired everybody, and
Wow.
just wanted a new fresh start. He wanted his regime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, all right, cool. I still got this.
Right.
And from there I started sending out tapes as Cherry Martinez, and from there I got like jobs immediately. And so I went to Detroit and I asked him, I said, look, let me just let you know, my name is this. What do you think? He's like, Cherry Martinez, absolutely. Marketable, cherry bomb, this, that, and the third,
Yeah.
cherry on top. You could play with it for days.
Right.
I was like, true, okay. Just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I went with it, and it just, that's what it is. So
Rolling ever since.
I've been rolling ever since.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. So yeah, I went from Chicago to Detroit to Philly to Los Angeles, and when I got into LA, I was like, "Ooh, this is my big chance." So
Your big
people
friend,
would,
what to do radio or it's back to singing?
right.
Oh, okay.
Got the singing.
I said, I'm
Okay.
gonna revisit that, but it turned to rapping.
Oh.
So
okay.
yeah, yes.
You got bars?
I little something,
A
something.
couple bars? Kit Kat
So
bars?
instead of, how people will do a rap jingle for a radio show?
Yeah.
6 to 10, blah, blah, blah. Like they're on at 6, they'll tell you the features.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I said, I'm going to do my own.
Okay.
Why I got to call like Cameron or
Right.
Mace or
If you
Diddy?
tell-
Why can't I do my own? So I would do my own jingles. And the station was with it. They loved it.
That's
I did a
awesome.
remix to Ladies Night. I did a remix to Benjamin's with. I'm telling. I pulled out the stops. I had Queen Latifah, MC Light, Queen Pen. I mean, I had all
But
the
what was your time slot?
nights, 6 to 10.
That's awesome.
So that's why I felt like I
Yeah.
could do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I wanted to bring something different. Nobody had ever did that before.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
still don't do it.
No, they
Yeah.
use not for nothing because I used to listen to Hot 97.
Mm-hmm.
I know you was on Hot 97.
Yeah.
But
At
it
one
was-
point.
right? At one point, but there was one like on Sunday, Future Flavors with Marley Marl.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember that slogan today. So I remember that. No, 1-800-223-9797 from the hours of 10 to 11. I'm never, for some reason, I'm never gonna forget that.
Right. And
You
then
know,
those
I remember
events-
how you
yeah.
got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I had my little 45-second drop where I would make sure I was bigging myself up, and then a friend of mine was like, please, can you come to this video shoot? I was like, okay. So I went to the video shoot, and she's like, Dr. Dre wants to meet you.
What?
I was like, okay.
I guess.
And here he comes. I'm like, that's Dr.
Wait,
Dre.
you didn't even have time to like prepare?
Yeah, no,
He's here.
like she just was like, yo, he wants to meet you.
Oh my God.
So he was like, I heard your raps. He was like, I love them. Your voice is crazy. He was like, I wanna do Bonnie and Clyde with you. Like, I want me and you to come out together. Come in my car, listen to what I'm working on. I'm working on Eminem, you know, and you know, I need you to be patient. Here are all my phone numbers. I'm married. Call my house whenever you want. You know what I mean? I just got like, are you opposed to other people writing your stuff? I was like, no. He was like, all right, cool. I got an idea.
Let me ask. So, are you still in contact with Dr. Dre to this day?
No.
Cause I just watched the whole Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre parallel.
I
That was
watched
dope.
that.
Right.
They ain't mentioned you. Now that you saying that, they should have mentioned you. Cause
Well, no.
They
because-
really went in depth with those stories.
Yeah, but I was just a thought between him and I. He said, I want to do something special. I want to do Bonnie and Clyde with you. This is before J&B was Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh,
right.
He wanted to be Bonnie and Clyde with me. This is 2000,
Yeah.
1999. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He's like, I want to be Bonnie and Clyde with you. So this is what I want to do. Just let me come up with the sound. I got to come up with the concept, how we going to do it. But this is what I want. And then, you know, we stayed in touch. And then eventually, you know, I ended up leaving because it was just, you know, I wasn't on the air anymore. It got kind of crazy. It was like expensive. Plus, I always, got to be honest, I felt lonely out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's, when I was at Emerson, I met my best friend Tiffany, the one that I went to LA, right?
Yeah.
She's from LA. So when we graduated, she went back home and I got a job out there.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Well, not initially. Initially, I went to the other states. Then I got the job, and then I met her out there, right? So we're hanging. So she's like my family. She lives in Bel Air. You know, she was a rich bitch.
She's Hillary.
Oh yeah.
Philadelphia, born
I hung
and
out with
raised.
like, you know, Quincy Jones, Kadada Jones, best friends with Rashida and all of them. Yes.
I like Rashida.
Yep. And yeah, it was cool, but she, you know, she started going in a dark side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, LA will do that to you.
Yeah, you know, but she
No more
was
parties in
lit.
LA.
Like, she was like, oh, Warren G and Snoop Dogg always take the bus to my house. I'm like, the bus?
Right.
From Compton, they be taking a bus to Bel Air. Like, okay, this is a stop.
Oh my God.
Like, she was.
in LA.
It sounds like
baby.
God was just setting up the people, like, just, okay, here.
Yeah.
Wow.
They gave
Right.
her a map. They gave her
Right.
a map. She just
Wow.
walked it.
So I ended up leaving. I came back to New York. I had to put the music on hold. I started working at Hot 97 because Hot 97 and Power 106 are sister stations. So I kind of got that in. Then they were really giving me weird slots. It wasn't nothing that was like full time. So
Right.
then BLS was like, yo, we do something more edgy on the weekends. We can definitely give you 2 solid slots at night. Your voice is nighttime. We're doing a 6 to 10 with you. I'm like, cool.
It is nighttime.
Keep me edgy, you know, and I was with DJ Ace, so we were doing our thing and we just lit it up at night. It was fun. It wasn't Hot 97. It was, you know, I wanted that,
The
but
notoriety.
at the end of the day, I wanted the experience and the money. You know, and those dependable slots, not switching off with this one and that one. Okay, this weekend you're on from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Next week you're on from 12 to 3. You know,
See, I didn't
It's like
know.
working
I
at
didn't know they
at
do
a
that.
grocery store.
I didn't know they do that.
at that
Because-
time they did. There
What-
was, you know, because they had so many people,
So now you
and they're
just-
very loyal because they're like, I don't care if you're Cherry Martinez and you have this big slot.
Yeah.
You gonna rotate with all these other people because that's how we do. We treat our people like that. So
Right.
I respected it, you know,
Yeah, of
but
course.
I just didn't, you know, it wasn't, you know, I was like,
And if you're hungry to be on radio, you're going to roll with it as long as you can, right?
right,
Yeah.
and then that's why. But then after a while, I didn't want to roll with it anymore, and then you know, so. Then I went back to Boston and they started a new Hot 97 there and I was working in programming. I built up the station. Then I left because I didn't want to be in Boston. The plan was always to get back to a major market, even though Boston is one of the top 10.
It is.
But it's very, you know, puritanical. You know, it's like Plymouth Rock, the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
They're very, you know,
they got a
very
bad reputation.
Yeah.
They got a bad.
You know, the-
shout out to Boston, but you know,
With a lot of history with Boston.
Yeah.
a lot of history,
Lot of
like
history.
literally. So I went back to Philly. I was in Philly for a little while, and then, you know, I was there for a second, and then we parted ways, and I was like on the beach, figuring it out. You know, bartending. You know, doing the cocktail waitress thing for a second.
You had a journey.
I had a journey. I was like, what am I gonna do? But I liked it. I was comfortable. I'd make my money like Cardi B in like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? I'd pay my bills and I was chilling. And then I was like, you know what? I'm ready for something. You know. And then I went to an event in New York. And I called my girl. I said, I want to start going back out. I'm in Philly, but I could take that drive. She's like, well, there's this like 112 event happening. If you want to go. I went. I bumped into the guy who hired me at in Detroit, who's now the program director for Power 105. He said, I need your voice on my radio station. I was like, Michael! Oh my
Is he still at 105?
No, he left. So he was like, yes. I was like, all right, we stayed in touch. Eventually, like 3 or 4 months later, we made it happen. I started driving down during the weekends, and I was coming back, you know, with my family, my son. I was chilling. I was like, okay, I like this. Because I had gone through my sister had passed away, and it was like, you know, we had to go through trial and all this stuff. So I was just like, this is good enough for me. I'll do the weekends. I'll come back. I'll work a few nights, you know, because I really like waitressing. I got to be honest. You guys think I'm crazy.
Waitressing?
I do.
Okay,
What
it's
do you
not
like
busboy.
about it? What do you?
I like the connection with people. I like the telling them what's on the menu.
where you
I
was
like
at the-
serving.
you wasn't-
I like.
You wasn't a waitress at Fridays or nothing.
No, it was this little place in the hood called Champagne's that if anybody's in Philly, they know
It
Champagne's.
sounds like better than Fridays.
And they
Applebee's.
no, it was so hot. They would wear like tuxedo shirts with like the bow tie. You know, I had to wear my
that's
little.
cute.
It was so cute, but it was hood. And it
Applebee's
was
be like, what the fuck you want?
But they don't even write the note no more. They was like, oh, you want a 2 for 20? I got you. Steak and shrimp, right?
It's like Tootsie's?
Yeah.
No,
There's a
Tootsie's.
job.
No, it was in the hood. It was on Shelton Ave in Germantown.
Serving
You know what I
biggie
mean?
meals there.
So, like I said, I enjoyed that. I did. I don't know, even if it was crazy and I had the mustard on my, you know, Air Force One and
It
the
hurts. But it
ketchup on my white shirt. I liked it. I liked it.
So you was a waitress and on Power?
Yeah. Now check this out. I'm in Philly, right? I'm on the air.
I'm like, fuck.
We
this
part
guy.
ways. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, I think I need to go into service. What did I do wrong? Was there anything I did wrong?
With the military?
No, service meaning serving.
Serving.
I was gonna do
Oh,
bartending.
I was
right? I
like,
was
you
gonna
about
do
to serve the
bartending.
country?
You know, I just wanted to get
Damn,
that
that's a
one-on-one
big jump.
contact with people because I feel like that's very important on the air.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I really won. I'm telling you, the waitressing was my secret. So I was like serving, and I would run into some of the personalities that would come on after me, and I would have to serve them a drink.
But
How
that-
humbling is that?
But that's what Eve did with Mace.
What did they
What-
treat
what
you
Eve?
bad?
Eve.
No, they didn't treat me
Rough
bad,
Rider?
but I could tell in their mind they were thinking something.
Like, what the hell are you doing here, waitressing?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But you
But I had to keep my head up.
Yeah.
I had to keep my head up. I said, there's a bigger purpose. But guess what? 2 months later, now I'm in New York, and you're still in Philly.
Yeah. So while you struggle, you were building.
Don't judge. Don't talk too soon, because you don't
Yeah.
even know what's going on over here.
As a
Yeah.
person, you will respect the grind. Like, yo, I just seen it there and I see it here. This is great.
Yeah.
She's about her business. I'd have been
Right.
trying to told you, like, hey, what's up? You on your shit. Dude, are they hiring? I need the bus boys. Like, I'd be right behind you like this.
We about to
Get
make
this
it
shit.
happen.
Wipe
yeah.
it down with little Boosie. I'd have been wiping it down right after you. Fuck that.
Yeah, so I was doing the weekends, and I was like, this is perfect. This is good enough. And then the boss pulled me inside the room and said, Cherry,
We're going in another direction.
I think I want to offer you
Ooh.
full-time here. I'm like, what? This is literally 3 months later.
And
of
this
just-
is New York.
This is New York. I'm like,
Wow.
Bingo. Put you
I'm
right
like,
where you
okay.
need to
He's
be.
like, I want you to just keep being you. I want you to keep being you, because there was so much hate. There was so much hate in that building, and I was coming just a weekend.
Time out.
Dog eat dog.
Time out. Hold on, Pooh. What building are we talking about?
Power 105. I'm talking about when I first got there.
Okay.
There was just a lot of hate. Like it was
It's a dog eat dog,
uncomfortable.
man.
It was like I walked in the room. I just turned weak, but I had to be strong.
And this
But it
is-
was just It was just
This
it
is
was crazy.
the power before the whole Breakfast Club, like where the
Yeah,
power
yeah.
is
This is it's leading to this.
Okay.
This is the plan. You know what I mean? Our plan wasn't. We came in, we targeted women.
Okay.
The first they did whatever they did for a year. Then when I came in, it was targeting women, and then we get the women, and then we're gonna switch to men and women. We had to go in with a strategy, to get to where we were.
To survive.
But there was a lot of people that they were clipping little by little. You know what I'm saying? To come to the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I stayed. I remained. I was that same factor all the way through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, I mean, I started in 2003 and I left in 2014. It's a long run.
Yeah, that's a
11
very
years.
long run.
That was a staple.
That's a marathon.
I was
You
the
should want to run. That's a fucking marathon.
Yeah.
So, so like I said, there was a lot of people. He would tell me, they would come in the office and tell him, like, get rid of her. Get rid of her.
Wow.
I have someone else. He wasn't listening to them.
But who would? Okay, you got to see.
I can't name names.
know, okay.
You know what I mean? I can't,
like, I'm
because,
listening.
because
No,
honestly,
it's not
he didn't tell me who these people were.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? He just told me everybody comes in here and tells me they don't want you in this slot, and I want you to continue to prove to them why I gave you this slot.
Let them. What slot was it? What time?
It was nighttime.
It was nighttime.
Yeah.
Now, all right. Explain the prime time hours for radio.
Prime time, I would say, is any time between 6 a.m.
and 9.
to 10 p.m. Those are prime.
Yeah.
To 10 p.m.
Well, no, in New York City, I would say 6 a.m. to midnight.
Because, like, I'm
Because
being honest
New
with
York
you.
never sleeps.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
No,
Right.
but
But the most important would be the morning,
Right.
6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Right.
On your way
and the
to work.
drive home, 2 to
5
6.
o'clock.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, because
Okay.
I do a radio show, and this is very underground.
Okay.
This
And
is
Ninja Turtle underground.
I'm Michelangelo at this point. American Dream Radio, and my goal is to do 10 to what I think it's 10 to 2, the working crowd.
Okay. Yeah, I did
want to
that.
do
I did
that,
this lot.
and I know I feel like because I know in the morning you're getting ready for work. You got your 6 to 10. I grew up listening to Ed Lover, Miss Jones, and then you have your afternoon, the party. But I want to focus on, like, me personally. I just want to do the working people.
Okay.
So that's why I want to know what was the good.
I mean, it's
slot
an important slot, but it's not as interactive because people are working, so they have you on low.
Is it really hard to be interactive on those slots? Like,
No,
to come up
well,
with.
I feel like you have to start off being interactive because
Okay.
then it's hard to, like, say, damn, she's so interactive and I'm doing another radio show. Let me try to be interactive like her because the crowd is loving her.
Right.
Oh my God, let me try to be interactive.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that. I feel like you have to already do it.
You
You
gotta
gotta,
be that way
come
from
from
the
you.
start.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be natural anyway. It shouldn't be like a practice thing.
No,
Yeah.
like for me, anytime I'm on the radio, I'm a call. I got 3 questions. 3 questions is all I got. I come up with 3 good questions that could lead me somewhere else if I wanted. Then I throw a joke in there, and that's it.
the
That's
best.
all
But
I
sometimes
got.
3 questions is too much.
I'm
For,
not-
for middays, it's really in and out. It's you really have the end of the song to the beginning of that intro where it's like maybe there's a little bit of an instrumental and then you hit the post.
Right.
So you gotta learn brevity in middays. That's what I learned.
Okay.
And
At
it
this
is what it
point,
is.
like, I feel like the radio is kind of
Obsolete.
It
It depends. I think it depends on who you are, because if you have a name,
That's
then
what I was
you'll
gonna
watch
say.
that
But-
name.
but back
You're
in-
not really
back
paying
in the
attention to
day,
that station.
was like that. Like, oh, we gotta hit K Slade. Oh, we gotta listen to Cherry.
Yeah,
It was
it's
like
not like
that.
that anymore.
Right.
It's not like that now. It's like if you got the radio playing. Like I was getting a haircut earlier, and I heard the radio. I'm like, oh, this is the radio. Okay, but
Yeah, but
it's bigger than radio now.
You know what I think?
Now you
Absolutely.
got podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
you got XMs.
You got FM hip hop.
Right,
Little
right.
plugs,
Nice
you
little
know what I'm
Hey.
saying? We got no disrespect. We got things like that you know, if you just want to hear talking, opinions,
Cursing.
insight.
Right.
You know, I curse my ass off, but insight on artists and things like that. You got that because guess what? My news is Channel 12 Bronx when I'm getting dressed for the weather, and YouTube. Everything for sports now is YouTube. I don't watch games no more. I watch YouTube.
Well, I get everything on Instagram and Facebook.
That's not
I
good.
think part of the issue with radio though is that they play the same music over and
It
over
is,
and over.
yeah.
it's
But they've
tiring.
done that for years. Like,
No,
let's
done
not.
that.
Let's
it wasn't
yeah.
as bad. I think before it was more variety as far as what we heard.
The only reason why you hear it so much because everybody sound the same.
No, it's literally the same song.
I heard about
It's literally the same
5
song.
Kendrick songs getting a haircut earlier on rotation.
When I was at work yesterday, they played that Khaled Rihanna song
Oh, that
Wild
from
Wild
8
Thoughts.
o'clock in the morning to I got 8 o'clock this morning. I say good 15 times. Now for him, he getting paid. Rihanna getting paid.
Cardi B
That's-
getting money.
Her too.
Shout out to Cardi B.
Yeah.
She is eating. Okay, wait. We still on Cherry. Cherry, have you ever been starstruck?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say starstruck, but I will say like
Oh.
just messed up the interview.
Really? I gotta hear it.
I was
gotta hear it.
nervous. Yeah, I won't tell you guys who.
Why? You don't want us to go look
No,
it up?
All right, was it
no. I
early in
will
your
say
career?
one. I'll just say one person. I did feel a little like nervous around Mary J. Blige.
Oh yeah, that's
She's a queen.
I would feel nervous around Mary J. Blige.
You
too,
would?
but Mary
Yay!
Mary J.
Yay, I
Blige is
thought
like
it was
She's a queen.
like you literally like even though we literally watched Mary's career from then to now.
And she has an
And
aura.
she's
She has like a
literally-
queen aura. So you feel
Come on.
like you're around royalty.
Exactly.
Every time she have a song, you
Yeah.
feel that damn song.
And I'm like, I don't want to
on
ask
both
the wrong
ends.
question.
Yeah.
You men feel like, oh shit, I can't. Let me
Listen.
shut the fuck up.
Listen.
And then women is like,
I'm gonna tell you
nigga, go
something.
ahead, say something.
I'll say
You
some
know?
funny shit about Mary J. Blige. She got a song called "You Remind Me."
But I was
Came
like,
back
shit.
back in the days.
I was in a
literally-
dance group
I
when
was
that shit
singing that
came out.
song as a kid. My cousin's question was I was homosexual. They said,
What? Wait,
Cause I
what?
didn't know the difference. I'm just singing, oh, the way you touch me. They're like, is you gay? I'm like, what is
No, you
gay?
know,
I
Mary
didn't
J.
know.
Blige, I was in a dance group in PS33. So all the girls danced to that, what's the video she had with the
Real love.
yeah, every girl, and I hated that song after a while.
Why?
Because every girl, like, that
But
was
she-
like
that's
the
what she
one
is for
song.
women, though.
No, and
She is.
mind
I
you,
understand that.
We're in elementary
We-
school
we're
and
men.
girls are singing it. This is before sex.
Yeah.
So it
They
wasn't
looking
no.
for real love in the fourth grade.
Yeah, like this, man.
Yeah, real
Everybody
love.
was honest and clean.
Yeah.
I was like, this is
All right,
stop
wait.
But
singing.
speaking of
And
like,
after I messed up that interview,
Right.
just let's bring it back really quick.
yeah.
I can't like look her in the eye anymore. Just like
Everybody can't look
Wait,
you
how
in the
did you
eye.
mess it up though?
because I didn't even. I just like I cut it short. I was just like, let me get out of here. Like
Oh
it was
my
on the
God.
phone. It
Oh,
wasn't. It
okay,
wasn't
okay.
in purpose. It wasn't in person.
Wow.
But yeah, that one was just ridiculous. And so like when I see her now, it's like, hi. Let me keep it. I just.
She might not even remember. Hopefully.
She remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
Mary
don't
J.
know.
Blige got a
I'm
lot of shit going on right now, so she probably won't look you in the eye like, I don't know, fuck that. I done sung all these songs. I can't get the shit right either. I look you in the fucking eye.
True facts.
Right. She might be a little embarrassed.
I sung all this
Like,
shit
okay.
improving, and then now I can't get the shit right.
Oh my
You
god.
know, but it's all good.
Speaking of women in power, right? I know you did your award show for women
Yes.
to kind of showcase the women
Yeah.
who deserve to be
I'm up for
acknowledged.
that, man.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
women
yeah.
need- the
Yeah.
women deserve
Yeah.
a lot more than
Yeah.
they're
I'm
given.
all about the girl power. But, you know, yeah, and I did that like a couple of times and I was going to keep going with that. But just certain things happened in my life and, you know, I've had, you know, it's just been crazy. So now that I've taken a rest and now that I'm like back with the FM, you know, and just even talking with my husband and just like, you know, at first FM was going to be all female, like a female run rate, you know. I mean, we pretty much do have a lot of women, you know, but we are, you know,
There's a couple of guys. Yeah.
there's a couple of guys, and I want more men, you know. But he told me, he was like, listen, you're already gonna give off that because you're a woman. So why do that whole thing? I'm telling you, it's corny after a while. It's like, okay, you're watching Black Girls Rock. It's good for one night, not 24/7.
Right.
And this your husband telling you.
Yeah, and I'm
And he's
like,
being real.
yeah.
That's nothing. That's
I mean,
that's the
but that's-
realistic response.
that's the
Yeah.
best
right?
way to
And
put
I
it.
said, you're right, babe.
And you can still represent women and promote feminism and all of that within the entity of FM without making it the thing.
Right.
You know,
Right.
yeah.
And so I realized that, you know what I mean, we want the broader space. And I thought about the whole, you know, power where we started with women, but what
Yeah.
was the goal? To get to both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Yeah.
So-
So, I've put down that whole. I will do my Cherry Girls. I have my little Cherry Girl crew.
Yes.
And I'll empower them. But as far as like trying to, really wave that flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get it. What y'all saying, like,
See,
okay,
part.
we get it now.
All right.
Young women, we know, got it.
And you
okay.
you represent the brand
He,
yourself.
he wants me to be a humanitarian.
Right.
Yeah,
You
But
know,
then-
and he thinks he is my husband. He is my manager.
Right, right,
he's
right.
like, no, baby, I know your brand. I know what's good for you. And I'm like, okay.
And then, like, if you get men, you should just get men that know how to really respect women and understand
Yeah.
what a woman goes through. Because a lot of times, men are raised by women.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know?
And I feel like, look, at the end of the day, it's really, like I said, I'm a humanitarian. I'm about the people.
Right.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Right.
I do think that women are treated crazy. You know what I mean? And my advice to them is, if you have skills, that's gonna push you through the bullshit.
Yeah.
So just work on your skills. Be undeniable.
But let me ask you this, because you saying women today working through skill, and I'm all for that.
Okay.
But we also see this bullshit loving hip hop. Okay? And nobody on them fucking shows got no real skills nor talent. And seem like
That's
a lot
not
of
true.
women. No, listen, time out.
Well,
A
I
lot
was
of-
saying- well, my
a lot-
little speech
a
wasn't
lot-
for
No,
them.
no. I'm not saying it for you.
Just it was for the
No,
real ones.
the real ones. I'm not saying you.
I
you know,
love
for you.
loving him.
I'm just saying, like, nowadays it seems like sex and sex appeal overshadows talent and skills, because everybody, to me, it's like women are really getting a bad rap.
a
No,
different time,
okay.
you know.
I don't think that it over. I think that's what people choose to show. What the media is choosing to show. They have
But no,
women
they
in power
they're showing,
everywhere.
No, but they're showing the negative side of women. When you have women that's in power,
Right.
they won't show that much. They showing you when Little Kim was like sex sells, it was her just being sexy and like beautiful, not fighting, oh man, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Loving hip hop, all right. You go out to a restaurant, you fight, and you're fighting for what? Like,
They don't fight.
it's
I
like,
mean,
you
that's
see-
because,
They sell
to
it.
be honest, blame the production companies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the
I've heard
production
Scott.
companies say, no, we need more drama. I've been casted or I've been auditioned to try to cast for a show, and they want more. They want more. I want more. Turn up more.
Right.
We know you got it in you.
Right,
Turn
but this is
up.
what I'm saying. Like,
Meaning,
they
throw
show
glasses, throw
Yeah,
bottles.
and that's pointless.
Right. So I don't think reality TV show is for me. It's a market for certain women that are desperate to try to get in, or they're using that. And I'm not going to say desperate, because look at Cardi B.
Right. She was
And,
a
and I don't
She
think
started from the
you
bottom
know,
like Drake.
and if Cardi B's the example, I feel like Cardi B right now is the most honest person on reality TV.
Well,
But
she's
she
not
left
on
the show.
anymore. She
No,
left.
but
she did
she-
a couple
But look at
seasons.
Remy.
She left.
No.
Remy came in at.
But
I
you
just
got-
came home.
No, but you got to understand, Remy
She was
came
established.
we're not
Notoriety.
going to do, even with the notoriety, we're not going to do,
She
they're
didn't
not
get a lot
going
of
to drink.
airtime either.
So what? But she came in saying, I'm not going to do that. These girls are literally like, okay, I'll be the stupid dumb blonde and do this. Cardi B, okay, she's a stripper. She said she owned up to it. I do this. I was dealing with self. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. He told me this. I have a boyfriend in jail. I'm doing this. I'm from the Bronx. I'm growing up poor. My mama, she's honest about everything.
transparency.
Everything about her is so honest. That's what's selling right now.
Mhm.
Her
Shout out to
honesty. Now you
Her
got
glow up,
right.
too.
You got
Definitely.
I'm watching Love and Hip Hop LA. You got Brooke Valentine who ain't had a hit and
Girl
who?
fight. Girl fight.
Okay, we don't care. Exactly. Who? You
I
got
don't
you know you
got
got all
BS1,
these
I'm
no
sorry.
name people and you be like, when
I
the
got
fuck you
BS1.
started rapping?
Well,
Who
some
got
people are
talent?
using it as a platform to,
Yeah, it's a
it's
platform.
like, it's like pumping life, pumping air.
Into nothing.
No,
I mean,
it could be
who-
something.
I mean, look, because some people could, end up selling products. I feel like that works for
Exactly.
products.
Cardi
I
B
feel
and
like it
K
works
Michelle are the
for
only
lip
two
gloss,
really successful
hair.
people out of Love
Or
and Hip
even
Hop.
real estate. Like one of them,
Real
Cardi
estate.
Red does real estate. I think. Like some of
She
them
does
have.
real
They
estate
have
too?
real
Real estate?
They don't.
I thought she was
After
doing
Playboy.
Caesar.
No, but listen,
She did
that's
Playboy.
her character on the show. We as adults have to separate the character
Then
from reality too.
promote real estate if that's what you do.
But that's not what sells. But as an adult, you should know that. You got to be able to separate the two.
And I'm sure in her Instagram, she probably has like flyers that say, "Hey, see Cardi Red for your next home rental or whatever it is." That
Home wrecker? I'm just saying.
I don't think because it's real estate. I don't want to quote the wrong thing.
Okay,
But
you get the problem. They
Sex
infuse
home
it.
wrecker.
They infuse it in there,
and that's what it's supposed
I think we
to
just
be.
need to infuse more positivity, especially when
But being on the other side of it, you can do that by doing the work. So they let them have the junk on TV. But like when you have a station like FM Hip Hop, when you have people who are working to promote a brand that's bigger behind the scene, it don't need that limelight. We creating the foundation for something greater. That's gonna die down because people not gonna want to. I don't watch it anymore because of how it's become. So
Well, I watch it for entertainment purposes.
I don't have
no,
that
it's not
station on
entertaining
my
to me
cable.
because that's not my reality. I want to watch people who can show me what I can do better for myself, not just be on TV acting the damn.
But they show me. Like when I'm watching, like, okay, I can't do it.
You know what's so funny? Because I was in prison, right? That was my favorite show. That Bad Girls Club. I was in front row.
But
like
you was
this.
in prison.
But guess what? This is the only plug you got to New York. See, like, love and hip hop New York. Okay, I gotta go home and throw a drink in somebody's face
Oh my gosh.
when I'm upset. But that's not true.
No,
I
I'm
can't
not
hold
with
like
you.
you throw a drink in somebody's face.
You know
get
what's
shot.
sad? I think I told y'all this. My brother, he's already been locked up for 15 years, and he asked me one day. He was like, "Is that how y'all living out there?" And I'm like, "No, this is not. Please do not watch that and think this is what we're doing."
No, but
Funny.
it
not.
is
It's
though.
not.
It really is.
I
This
wrote
is
a-
how some people are
I wrote,
actually
that's not
living.
my
I wrote a
reality.
paper on reality. I wrote a paper on reality TV. I got an A++. You can see the head of it. I wrote a paper on reality TV.
Right,
I put
right.
that in it. And I broke down how it's not reality.
Yeah,
It's pretty much scripted.
it's all
It
good.
is. It
Yeah.
is.
It's scripted. Because if I got a
They
problem
egg
with,
you on.
if I got a
Yeah.
problem with Trev, I'm not gonna go to the same event he is at. So me and him gonna get some beef.
Right, because if this was the '90s, rappers back in the day would show up at the same event. It would have went. It would
I
went
see
down
it.
a little different.
You
Thank
remember
God it wasn't no
Wu
cap.
Tang was fighting.
Oh my god! All right, all
They
right.
was fighting.
Right.
All
So,
right, guys.
yeah, let's go. Let's
What's
get
up?
into FM hip hop.
FM hip hop.
Right.
You know, we talking women empowerment. You know, you got a lot of women on staff.
Right. So I just taking you through the story. I parted ways with Power. I started working with Fetty Wap.
Okay.
Yeah, me and my company, we were, responsible for that. Signed a couple of artists and realized that I was like putting myself
Further
last.
back, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
Right.
I hear the whole, executive thing, but it's like, it's dimming down my shine. Like, I could be obsolete if I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, do this blog, FM Hip Hop. It's going to be a radio station. But it wasn't. It was just a blog. So it started like 2 years ago. And it was just kind of riding, and then it was just dead. And then 6 months ago, a miracle happened.
Boom.
Got the radio station. I was like, damn.
What you mean you got
God
the
is
lady?
good.
How does that happen?
Meaning it's hard to get a radio station. It's
It
very
is.
expensive to get a radio station. You're dealing with bandwidth. You're dealing with the people that are listening. And it was just something that I just didn't want to get involved in at the time.
Yeah.
And just God has His way of working it out. And I have the station now, and it's mine, all mine. And
So are you
just been staffing slowly but surely.
So where you find this radio station? Like, how can people listen?
Oh yeah, fmhiphop.com. We have an app,
Okay.
And we're evolving every single day. We're bringing on new people, and we're just this is
you
phase
dealing with
one.
Experienced and inexperienced people.
Well, as far as for me, a lot. Yeah, kind of. I mean, but it's okay. We're growing together.
I'm talking about inexperienced. I mean, people that wants to be on the radio.
Well,
but
no. We
really
don't have
a resume.
We don't have people that are talking right now. We're streaming.
Okay.
Okay. Phase 2 will be mixers. Right now, phase 1 for me was just making sure we had at least some consistent writers, right? We had some foundations, we had some guidelines to be able to show these people when they do want to come on board, understand the protocol and the rules and all that
You're
stuff.
doing real
right?
good.
Thank you. And then, now we're doing the FM Hip Hop Trends series, so we had an event a week and a half ago maybe, And, you know, we had 3 artists. We had, you know, 3 spotlights of people in the industry that are tastemakers. We had some pop-up shops. We had liquor. We had food. We had networking. It was great. Now we're working on the next one, December 7th. Okay. So we're just going to keep doing these quarterly so that everybody in New York knows who FM Hip Hop is. And we're on TuneIn. We're on Stitcher. We're on iTunes. You know, you can find us anywhere. You know, we're in like cars now, you know, so we're just growing. And when I look at who's listening, there are people in Jamaica, people in Trinidad, people in, you know, Japan, people in California. So we get a little bit of everybody. So again, that's great, but it's so spread out. So we need to make sure New York knows who we are.
Absolutely.
And New York is starting to know who we are because I'm starting to get some phone calls.
Yes.
Loving it.
Okay.
You know what's special about FM though?
What?
The fact that she's playing music, she's streaming music that's not the same songs you're hearing on the radio.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's not the same repertoire. You're not gonna hear Rihanna's song. You know, it's mixed up. It's different. It's trap. It's R&B. It's hip hop. It's everything mixed, but not the same old stuff. So.
And there's, you know, when you deal with radio, there has to be some sort of consistency,
Absolutely.
but we don't want the redundancy, right?
Right.
Okay, so that when you listen to the station, it's a groove, it's a vibe. You know you're gonna hear that song again at some point,
Right.
but not like
20 minutes later.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because back in the day, you went to radio for everything. You went to radio for everything. New joints, old joints. I remember I got caught out in Old School at Noon with some girl.
That was my joint.
She thought I loved after that because I went the whole hour getting focused. Marvin Gaye, all that.
Wow.
I'm just saying. But
I didn't catch on to what you were saying after. I was like, wait, somebody called them out? Okay.
But I ain't gonna front. We need that nowadays. Like you said, like I said, I was listening to radio the other day. I mean, just earlier today, and heard the same songs. I was sitting in a chair about an hour and a half. It's a lot of work for this. But anyway, hour and a half. I heard the same song about 3 times. It shouldn't be like that.
Nah, I shouldn't.
It shouldn't be like that. And we need somebody that's going, like you said, you had an event the other day, Chase Money. I think Cracks was there.
you guys should have came.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank
Cherry, you gonna make me look bad, Cherry.
Well, thank you.
Well, in her defense.
Okay,
in
look,
her-
look.
In her
I
defense.
hope your defense is the same defense she gave us.
Well,
Guess what?
we were at capacity and it started getting crazy because it was at an art gallery and I did not want to you know what I mean, saturate. So I'm just like, girl,
Yes.
just bring yourself.
You said December 7th?
Yeah.
December 7th.
You guys are definitely invited. I'm personally inviting you guys.
Okay.
You heard that, Sonny?
I heard. Listen.
So when I show
oh
up,
my God.
Not plus ones though.
No,
hell no.
Just you guys.
Hold it down.
We want to
book
make
bags.
sure the right people are in there.
Right.
When we get to, you know, a space that holds 500 people, bring your plus ones.
Right.
Okay.
But right
Does that
now
sound like what I told
we're doing small, sexy,
Gotcha.
intimate.
Guess what?
You know what I mean?
Guess what?
I'm
Guess what,
all
Cherry?
for that.
Guess what,
Okay.
Cherry?
What?
This is the start of something beautiful.
You know what?
You watching this water the plant right now. When we in tree, you gonna be like, yes, damn.
We gonna be getting phone calls.
You
in a
watching
second.
you watching the child grow up right now.
Oh.
And I swear to God, thank God that you came here to babysit us this one weekend.
You know
And I'm glad that we didn't do this because we were scheduled to do the Gansevoort market for the rest of every Saturday. I'm glad we didn't do it because your story is definitely one that needs to be told.
Right, and hurt.
You know, and I'm glad you're here because I actually get to see who you are.
This is a
You know,
New
and
York
I'm definitely
figure right here.
Well, I used to watch the radio. I'm like, man, I wonder how these people look. So I'm glad you came.
Thank you.
So thank you for that.
Well, she told me Gansevoort. I was like, Gansevoort's lovely, but I would prefer just do it uptown. She's like,
Right.
okay, don't worry about it.
Well, we definitely trying to do other locations. So
Okay.
we gonna focus on uptown.
I'm a driver,
Okay.
so me packing. I know I didn't want to run into. I might
No
owe a
parking.
couple of tickets. I was like, no, let's keep it up.
You also have a podcast.
I do, and
Seven
I've
shows.
right, and I've been neglecting my podcast. I have 2. I have one called Jail Tales,
Okay. Yeah, I
which
saw that.
which was triggered from me and my husband, but Lockdown Love as well, because obviously, he's in, behind the walls, and everybody be like, wait, what that? I can't do Lockdown Love. I'm not on the radio anymore. So
Right.
what can we do? So, that was just that thought. We left it right there. But then he would call me with these stories. I'm like, babe, another jail tale. Another jail tale, and it turned into a joke. Jail tales, jail tales. I was like,
But
baby,
you didn't talk to me.
You know what? A lot of
I got
times,
1,000 of them.
and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but jail.
Jail is a reality.
We on episode 26.
Mm-hmm.
20 of these episodes, jail tales.
Right.
okay, well, I need to, and so I need you on my jail tale show.
Well,
Yes.
you do. I'm just saying.
For
but
sure, seriously.
I just look at it like
I'm-
this. Jail is mainstream. Martha Stewart went to jail. It's mainstream.
It is. It
Orange
is.
is the New Black. Mainstream. Jail is
Everybody's
a part of
affected
life.
by
I mean,
Yeah.
It's
listen, Jay-Z just did a good documentary on
Right, yeah.
whatever.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, and he bailed, 200 fathers out of jail on Father's Day.
This is awesome.
Why? Because 30% of the people in prison are falsely accused.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Was that you? Or did you really do the
No.
crime?
I'm
Okay,
gonna
well,
be
then.
honest with you. I was there. I did that.
I was
shit.
there.
I did
All right,
that
and then
shit
wait.
every time.
I knew him for a long time.
And guess who slid in my DM, my Twitter DM, like 2 weeks ago?
Oh.
Russell
Was it me?
Simmons.
Hey,
I'm
I
about
think
to
he
say,
needs to be the mayor.
He sent me a message saying,
Shout out to
"Hey,
Russ.
there's a jail situation happening. Can you retweet it?"
Wow.
Now, why would he come?
Because he knows
He
that
pays
you
attention.
represent, Chevy.
Oh,
Look.
shoot. Yes, I'm talking
Tell
about.
Russ to come up
Always
here and let's
represent.
talk to
Always
Uncle
represent.
Russell.
Always
Doing some
represent.
yoga
yo.
right here.
Always
You got
represent.
space.
Yeah, tell Uncle
And I
Russell
quickly
come up
told
here.
him the story. I was like, "Listen, of course I will. Are you kidding me?" And I went ahead and I tweeted it, and I said, "Listen, my husband is in jail for something he didn't do." He said the system is bad, blah blah
It's
blah,
very bad.
peace and love, you know, and
Right.
DM'd me. Hey Cherry, he knows what it is.
Right.
Listen,
But Russell, you gotta
That's how you
understand.
look.
Russell's like
You
that.
gotta understand. Russell is from Queens,
Right.
and he's
Cop
hood.
killer queens.
Yeah.
Exactly, he's hood. He looked older when he first came out than he do now.
Yeah.
But he was around for
Vegan yoga.
when it was like dangerous and fun.
Right.
You know, he said when he went to Japan, he told him get him some cocaine and some hoes and let him get busy. Like one of his stories when he
That's
went
probably
away
not
to one
something
of
he
the-
wants to talk about.
No,
now.
but that's one.
said
But
it,
you
though.
have to. That's him
He's
evolving
cool.
from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's him evolving from
That level.
Def Jam
Yeah.
Russell out of the college dorm to doing yoga, being an activist, a
It's a
philanthropist,
Yeah.
Just-
having kids, Kimura,
Yeah,
you
no.
got baby fat.
and like and you know Russell don't mess with nobody but models. You know, and like you know him for that. But then when you look at Russell now, it's like he's on those panels and he's like, and you can believe it because you know where he's from.
Right.
He's a humanitarian,
Right.
you know.
But
and
still, but
he's
when you
doing
look
his
at him,
philanthropy,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
you know what I mean.
You
He's
believe
in the
it coming from
Hamptons.
him.
Right.
But yeah, so I was really excited about that. That was like a
That's awesome.
starstruck moment. I wanted to like snapshot it and put it on. I was like, I ain't gonna do
Wait,
that.
did you screenshot it for yourself?
No, because I still have the message.
Oh, there you
She
go.
got
because
it.
it's locked in my
Listen,
DM.
I screenshot everything. I know.
But yeah, so that was that. What else were we talking about? How did we get here?
No, we were talking about
Am I
the
off
jail
topic?
tales.
Oh, the jail.
Yeah.
So
We're
jail
talking
tales, the
we're talking about
podcast.
the podcast,
So
right.
so
We're
jail
talking about
tales.
him being
He
on
has
jail tales.
listen. Every day would have these jail tales, and I was like, enough. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a jail tale podcast.
You
All
about to-
right,
you about to
and
do-
we're gonna reverse it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have the people on the outside talk about the stories and shouting out and blah blah blah. So that was one, and then I have cherry juice, and they're still there. I just had so much stuff going on. Once I can, we're building the team. Once I can sit a little pretty, even though I am kind of like a micromanager, like I want to make sure because I have a vision.
Right.
But once I get the team that everybody knows how I want it, I swear, I promise you, I'll back off.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Because I'm good. I can sit
Yeah.
pretty. I can come in with my champagne. I can,
And you
you
can-
know,
you
and
can
I can
come
just
on
do
other
what I need
people's
to do.
shows,
I
yeah.
could tell them, "Did you download?" I forgot to say that on stage at the thing.
Yeah.
There was just so much going on, and literally, it was crazy. But like I said, we're doing this 3 months out,
Okay.
December 7th. Everybody will be placed in the roles, you know what I'm saying? And I can chill, finding partners to partner up with. And then once those seeds are planted and it's like clockwork, every 3 months instead of every week or every, you know what I mean? Then I can start again focusing back on me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I focus on me for 2 months and then I focus on this for 2 months. It's crazy.
So you need some help.
The life of a hustler, though.
but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm about to
It is.
plant this right here in your hand.
No disrespect.
And we got
With all due respect, no
Right.
disrespect.
that's gonna be the foundation years to come. We working on that.
Okay, so you gotta make that a clip. Yeah, that dog. You gotta make that a clip. That'll be our commercial. But
I think that we all have the same goal. We're just taking different routes.
Mm-hmm.
And you being here today is kind of a blessing for us. And you know, possibly a best for you. Y'all don't see it yet.
She gonna come up over this too?
We all gonna eat. We all gonna eat up this.
Okay.
And
Okay.
this is gonna be historical. You know, maybe not on, but in our lives.
Let's just say this is a part one.
Yes, absolutely.
This is part
Absolutely.
one. This is
where it started from.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is when
we
Nino
popped the
helped
cherry.
him off the
Yes.
bridge.
We
Yeah.
popped.
We done
We popped the cherry. That's the name.
You just said it.
Did I tell you? I told you was gonna say something. Look, I said she's gonna say something, and that's gonna be it.
And I gotta say
Look.
again, thank you. I mean, we're not gonna end it, but I just gotta say thank you again because, like, this vision that we had, literally, you had to be there when we sat in the car and like, we gonna do a podcast. We gonna do it with who, you know? And like just things coming up. Like I see it now. I did not see you sitting in this chair.
What?
Like, no, it's like, but you're here, and I'm like, oh shit, we got. Cause when she started working with Ephraim, I'm like, yo, call Cherry, Cherry, come up here. She's like, I don't know her yet. I don't know her
Right.
yet.
Like, as soon as I said it, it was like she's coming on the show. And I'm like,
we gotta get her.
Yeah.
Like, she's like,
Listen, we
I don't know
built
her
it.
yet. Yeah,
Right.
and it's like we was building, you
Yeah.
know. And to me, that's what it's about. Everything is.
Everybody's
who we
brands
know.
matter.
Right.
It
And
does.
we
It
we're
does.
just regular people. We got 9 to 5, we got families, but we dedicate every Saturday to this.
Mhm.
And I don't know how far this is gonna go far. I don't know where, but it's gonna go somewhere. I can tell you that now.
Okay.
You know, and I just like every Saturday it's like
I love the
No.
synergy between you guys.
Yeah.
So I will say that.
I
And
grew up-
I've
I
dealt
grew up
with
with
talent and molded talent and seen talent and all of that, and I definitely love the synergy. I love each and every one of you personalities. I haven't
Thank
really
you.
chopped it up with you yet, Mr. Cameraman, but seriously, you guys
Let me tell you.
all are necessary to whatever's happening
he's the
here.
cameraman, the manager, the editor,
Okay.
the producer, executive producer.
You give him a lot
All
of
that.
credit.
The Mad Hatter.
Right,
Right.
Just show them your feet.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, he's like the jack of all trades. We trying to get him back into that managerial position he had years ago. So it worked, like you said, it worked out. Everybody is the glue that fits.
Right.
You know, Sonny, I swear, like if it wasn't for her, you
She's the
wouldn't be
mama.
here.
Stop.
And she's really
True.
like
She
and
is
It would be two, 3 guys talk about
bullshit.
yeah, you know.
One nigga talk about jail, one nigga talk about out of jail.
Right. You know, she adds that
And
boom, like
you know, so funny.
She does.
We mentioned this a long time ago because me and him take walks. We cross the bridge together.
Yeah, we told each other
And we
about
be
it.
like,
nah, nah.
Sonny
I'm joking.
is the one.
You know.
Oh.
You got
I hate
something.
when they do this.
You don't even.
We do.
I love
Let me
you.
tell
I
you,
love
she
Sunny.
is.
I used to do a.
I tell her all the time, don't I text you and say you're the best?
Yeah.
when I was in
How many
high,
times have I told you?
we met in high school and we was in the program. My mom used to work at Harlem Hospital, and that's how I met her. We did a what was
A
that?
teen abstinence program. You
Right,
don't even
but-
know.
no. We did a team, but we did a what was
A
that?
newsletter.
Yeah, we did a
Abstinence
newsletter. We
program.
used to
That
do
was
a
the
newsletter
beginning of journalism
about
class,
yeah. Well, for her,
About
I
abstinence?
was.
Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
we
Two
did.
freaks talk about abstinence.
Okay, you want to take it?
Pookie,
there.
we were children. What are you talking about? Anyway, I didn't
He
say I
know me
was.
though.
How old was y'all?
I was 16, 17.
God, I mean, you wasn't shit. So I mean, you
I
wasn't shit
was
either.
no. At that age, I was still a virgin. I was
Well,
a good.
listen,
Anyway,
we was doing the newsletter, and our thing was hip hop, like music. This is when CDs come out every week.
Right,
and
right,
shit.
right.
So that's how we started.
I did rap actually.
And
See,
then
you
like,
did
Smith.
that. That's
and
how
then
I
like years later, we here now, and we're here.
I love it.
2 microphones, a table, and Cherry Martinez.
right.
You know.
Big things. So all right, so we doing good. We doing really good.
And when your husband comes out of jail, we're gonna talk about his stories, and you're gonna be there too, and we're gonna be on your radio station on the slot probably in the morning. Or in the afternoon.
Prime
Yeah,
time.
maybe. You know what? Maybe.
Let's kill a Breakfast Club. I'm
I
coming
get-
for you, Angela Yee. I'm joking.
Who's Charlemagne?
They fight for that spot every
I don't
year.
know. You know what?
Yo.
I don't even. You know what?
I would look
I
at
don't want to be.
complexion, 'cause you're beating up.
I don't want to really be nobody. I want to
just
be.
kidding.
No, I know.
Yeah,
We're just kidding.
I
He's
know
envy.
he is.
He's envy. This is
Cause
Charlemagne.
like those, like Charlemagne, like he can, to me, he's one of those people I look up to him too.
Okay.
You know, wanting to be on the radio, he's definitely a person I look up to. Outside of
But you too
Ed,
cool to be.
Ed Lover was the one I wanted to be like, oh shit, he was on the radio. First it was 6 to 10. You get paid how much money just for 4 hours a day?
You was talking about money?
Nah,
I
no,
wanted to
but-
be on the roll call.
But now when you
On the
talk
roll
about
call.
the ins and outs and losing the job, going over here to Philly, going over here to LA, it's like, oh shit, like you really have to go grind
Yeah.
to really
I
get
want you guys to be
solidified.
my morning show.
Yo, I'm with it. What are you talking about? I wake up 5:45 just to walk my dog.
I wake up 5:45 too. I'm going to work.
I'm with it.
I woke up before the sun every day.
I drink all type of Monster Energy drinks. I be
I'm telling you, if I had like a facility, seriously, I would hire you guys to
Yo,
do my
I'm
morning show.
hyped. Let's do it. I don't care.
We just gotta get a space.
Right.
This is it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Yo, give us the key.
I guess I'll get paid 'cause I got a job.
Yeah, I know.
I got a
but
kid too.
Oh my God.
thank you for the offer. We'll take it.
Let's take it. Wait,
Right.
put the paperwork
What?
down.
I'm gonna call my mom. Guess what? I got over to do
I'm gonna
a
call my
radio.
boss and fuck you. I ain't
Not
going
yet,
to work
guys.
till 10 o'clock.
Not yet, guys. Not yet. Not
10:30.
yet.
You need a half hour to get there.
I need 11. Then I'm still taking lunch. We
Oh,
got
yeah.
They ready. They
Um,
ready.
full-time
They're ready.
roofer.
They're ready.
Yeah,
All right,
we
so
definitely
what would you like to end it with? What would you like to like wrap it all up as a package? If anybody had to say who Cherry Martinez was or Debbie Phoenix,
Oh.
you know, like who would you say?
Real,
Mm-hmm.
loyal,
Facts, facts,
humble,
facts,
feisty,
Right.
facts.
That's right. Boss
over the
thing.
top,
Right.
Facts.
bossy, but empathetic.
There you go.
Definitely, I have a heart and I can empathize with people.
Yeah.
So I'm a mixture of a lot of things, you know, and just some days, you know, certain traits dominate others, depending on the hat that I have to wear.
What's this
But I'm
one?
definitely all of that. I'm Libra, but my
Hey,
moon my
October
moon
16th.
No, October 13th, but my
13th.
moon is in Scorpio. So I have a lot of that.
The feistiness of a school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that stinks. You got to
Right. Right.
Any regrets? Like, you have any regrets about your transition?
Yeah, because they're not regrets of my transition, but I would feel like,
Well, no,
like
not
at one
I
point.
don't want to say transition, but just any regret. Just
Okay,
of how
so
we-
the person I looked up to growing up was Wendy Williams.
okay. I
Okay.
seen that picture. She looked twisted. In that.
Don't she just said it was a lookup person? Don't do that.
But don't look up now.
Yeah.
But no,
She
I
looked
used to literally come to New York and tape her radio shows, all of them,
Wow.
and I would like go back home and listen and study. Like Wendy, anybody that knows me knows that it was Wendy. I picked up from here, there, everywhere. You know what I mean? I've listened to other shows, but really the person is Wendy
He
Williams.
was big
So her
on radio.
her approach, I tried to use some of her approach, and I don't think it worked
for you.
for me. And I might have rubbed some people the wrong way because I was trying to be this over the top. You know, when you're finding
Right.
yourself and
Yeah.
just like, well, who's Cherry? You know what I'm saying? So I think those are my regrets. You know what I mean? That would be my regret, but lesson learned, right? I won't do it again. Sorry. But you know, that's probably it. Any other regrets? Maybe not having more children.
How many years out? One son, right?
Yeah, I wish I would have probably had more, but I was on radio tour.
Yeah.
I was traveling and my family wasn't around, and I don't trust people, you know, with my son, and I just, you know, so it's crazy. So that's another regret. And then another regret might be, you know, is there another regret? I think those are like the two kind of
That
like,
Mary J. Blige interview.
Yeah.
Do you regret
yeah,
that?
maybe that was a regret too.
But don't worry,
Damn.
she's looking at you now like, damn, I can't look hard in the eye. I'm I'm gonna start doing phone interviews too, cause this shit is fucked. I gotta get this nigga
Right,
30,000 a month.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you know, I can get this nigga crazy.
Oh my
His
God.
her stepdaughter on fucking growing up hip hop,
Oh, I
getting
saw
high.
that.
I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was hard. I was like, what the
She
fuck
was
is
crying,
this?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
like-
admits to being on drugs.
I can't wait to get that rich to feel like that. Like,
No.
Be a crack? What
No.
are you talking about?
Well,
it's, you know what?
Don't be rich and start
No,
smoking
I'm not
crack.
gonna be like that. What
You
I'm
ain't gonna
saying
be
is,
rich
a
for
lot
long.
of times, you know, a lot of these stars they grow up poor,
Uh-huh.
so they
Right.
get this goddamn money and like lose your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like, remember
gonna-
you.
gonna buy a pop top?
I'm still be eating beans, French, and rice. I love that shit.
But you ain't gonna.
But it's just like how you cannot grow from being poor. You know what poor is. You know what money is. If you go back to being poor, you know where's your skills at? Where's that hustle that you had before to get just in the door?
You gotta be poor again.
No, but some people like the kids is there. Like,
But they
we're-
didn't. But they didn't gain
This
the
is-
notoriety themselves. Their parents are famous. They didn't
Right.
work to that point.
Yeah.
They don't know
Yeah.
because it wasn't
Spoon-fed.
them. It was the parents.
You
who
wasn't
like,
born with a
yeah.
silver spoon in your mouth,
Right.
Mr. Smith.
You true.
He's too much.
Let me tell you, no, this is my man. So we watch
Yeah.
movies all the time.
Okay.
If you need us to host the event, I got
Let
you.
me know.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
DM you
I'm,
later.
listen,
I'm always thinking
I'm
about No
doing it
Disrespect
for-
podcast.
let me tell
I
you.
love it. Like seriously, I love it.
I do
Perfect.
hosting for
This
food,
guy's selling
drinks.
stuff right now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get there. I gotta get out there.
Okay.
Me and him together.
I'm free Saturday, Sunday.
You know,
Friday
December
night.
7th. You know.
I'm gonna be there like this. Hey y'all.
Maybe you need a comedy act.
Let them know that I'm at the door. I'm here with Cherry. They're gonna be like, you ain't on the list. They're gonna grab me up on my. They're gonna mess with my shirt up. I don't like that.
Nah,
My
you
favorite
good.
shirt.
Oh, we getting shirts and sweatshirts coming soon.
Oh, you gonna get one?
Yeah, I want one.
Yeah, we'll get you.
Seriously.
And I got this new thing I'm trying to do.
What you trying to do?
Shade on Sundays.
Shade on. Yeah, I like the sound of
Yeah,
that.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I picked up on that.
You
That
know,
was-
shade on
that was-
Sunday.
That was
I
lyrical.
like
That
Shade
was
on
lyrical.
Sunday.
I could be all kind of like myself, not even.
But you can't be saying those things if people start jacking what you.
But they're gonna jack it
They,
regardless.
okay.
Yeah.
Hurry up and put that up.
Right.
But that,
Okay.
look forward to that.
Shade on Sunday.
That
Holla at me.
start tomorrow.
Holla at me.
No,
Yes.
I got some stuff written down.
All right, good. You ready for
I just
tomorrow?
need, I need a beach chair in my living room right now. That's what I'm
Nigga,
looking
two
for.
beach chairs.
Okay.
Cause you know me, I talk about them like a
Oh,
motherfucker.
you know, you see, you get it.
I get it.
But
Thank you, Cherry. Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Thank you.
I
had so
appreciate
much
you.
fun.
We
This
popped-
is the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
God.
popped the cherry.
Yes,
You know?
we did. We
Yes.
popped the
You
cherry.
know?
Yes, and it felt good.
It
Yeah.
felt so great.
Yes.
So, thank you again for coming out. Episode 26. Cherry Martinez in the mix.
Yes.
Pop the cherry.
Yes.
Ow.
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 That's how they say it too. I ain't never get a pop one.
Okay.
Anyway,
We pop one today. You know.
Oh my
but it's all
God.
good.
I thought it would have been different.
What I said, like any last words, y'all?
I'm just grateful for you coming here and the opportunity to work with you.
Yes,
and
this is
and
beautiful.
they told their story. I didn't even get to tell you. I listened to you like I don't know how long. So the fact that even every time we talk, I'm like, oh my God, this is Cherry Martinez. This is really okay. This is her. This is the lady you used to listen to. That's not the lady for the radio. I have to have that moment where I get starstruck with you. I can say that now. But and that's also respect because the level of I guess you just respect women who you can feel have power. Like you can feel it. You on the radio, but you can feel your energy through the radio. So I always respected that. So the fact that I could speak to you, talk to you, work with you, sit in front of you, and interview is an honor. So thank you.
Yay, and
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. Seriously, I had such a good time, and
Thank
I
you.
will definitely be back.
Next time you come, we're gonna have some money. You're gonna get some chips, some wine,
Some cherries.
all that.
Yes.
Fruit,
Oh,
strawberries.
see,
You know, edible arrangement. They got deals, Groupon. You know all that.
Come on, we gonna still use them.
One last thing.
Yes.
I feel like a book is coming.
I smell a book.
You smell a book.
I feel like a book is in your
I
future.
smell it.
Thank you. Thank you.
He might have prophesized that.
Is a book coming?
I mean,
Because you
I-
have a good story.
Do
Great
I?
story.
Is it?
You have
is
a
it?
great story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And this is what this podcast is about. Regular people with great stories.
She's not regular.
Yeah. No, I definitely want a book,
Okay.
and it just has to be the right person to like bring it all together.
Okay. She's a
You
great
could-
writer. She knows something.
She knows. I actually work with her. I edit
She's a
her.
great
Yeah.
writer.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
You know, and you know, I feel a book is coming.
Thank you.
Audio books for me, I love them.
Okay.
All right, and like I said, I do hostings.
Oh my God.
For
Give her your
drinks and
resume
food.
after the show.
All right,
okay?
after the show, she
Oh my
But I'm
God.
dead serious.
But the Disrespect Podcast,
Episode number 26.
26.
26.
We done popped the cherry,
We done
Make
popped the
it-
cherry in the mix.
Yes.
and we in the mix, and we out of here.
And remember, hate is still support, so keep on hating.
Hey.